Very good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's week ahead video. In this video, we'll be going over the market cycles in all the major FX pairs. We will be looking at the harmonic pattern that are developing at those key points of that market cycle. Some trade from the previous week running into good profits, USDCAD, USDCAD, which really helped things along, but otherwise pretty quiet. We've set some positions up, some of them conflicting in the JPY pairs, in particular the EUROJPY is a sell, whereas NZDJPY and AUDJPY are buys. Different things going on, different economies, but let's start on this, what we have in front of us. So we have USDCAD. Now, USDCAD to the naked eye doesn't look like much, but it does to me. So I can see 1 week, I can see 2 weeks, and 3 weeks of rise. Each of these segments are weeks. Market works in threes, and we've come off the 800 quite nicely. And for me, this is 1, 2 up. So we are expecting a third push higher. Now, in any area of here, this could be a consolidation zone. So here's a consolidation zone. So we've gone up, chopped, consolidated, trap false, 1, 2, 3 to the high, trap false. And can I see any pattern? Yes, I can see a 1, 2, 3 to the low. So we'll keep an eye on this. I have to remind ourselves this is a fantastic pattern in line with the market maker's pattern. You can see the 1, 2, 3 to the high, 3 and 1. If we zoom out of it, you'll be able to see it a bit better. So we're in the second zone of consolidation. Now, the available options for this one are to come back here and give us a double bottom, come back a bit more and take out the low of this push 2. We'll have to wait and see. There's nothing for us now. Next, CHF JPY still hammering those highs. Obviously, I'm not going to be buying up there. I can see 1 cycle, 2 cycles, so I believe the pattern's complete. I can see 3 years of rise as well. Market works in threes. NZDJPY, love this guy. Just looks ready to spool and spring. 1, 2, we're waiting for 3 high highs and higher lows. I would expect 3 to challenge at least the previous peak, which is up here. So there's a little bit more upside potential for it to go. But then you look at this pattern on the previous peak, you can see 1, you can see 2, and it's going to give you 3. So it all makes sense, to me at least. EURCHF situation here is we're in this first consolidation zone, higher, but we're in the middle of the zone. So the market can go up here or go up here. Ideally, you want to be buying off the lows of consolidation. This is 2 up in the air at the minute pass. AUDJPY leading the charge. What can you see? 1, 2. Waiting for the third. What can you see within cycle 2? You can see the high, 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 low, high, 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 low. That's why we took it. So we made really nice on this, board in at 97, 97.80. This was for the premium group subs, and moving on. GBP CHF. We are in this and we're out of it because we've hit all our profit objectives. But we're buying this down here. We've had a superb run. Now we've got 3 harmonics to the low in yellow, 1, 2, 3. If we remind ourselves where we are in this grand scheme of things, we're in cycle 1, cycle 2 low, and then we've bounced up for cycle 1, trap false. Potentially higher prices coming, we shall see. AUD, NZD, the temptress. So this guy, look at the EMAs for a start. They're just sideways, so we're just chopping at the minute. This is a chop consolidation zone. It started off as a trap false into a chop, but for now, what can I see? I can see 1, 2, 3 to the low creates consolidation over the correct EMAs. We're coming into a compression point or a wedge, so this will trade probably up to here. It might break the stops and then come lower. I expect this lower, but I'm not setting up for a trade there. It doesn't look great. USD CHF flying machine. Like GBP CHF, it's at a targeted entry where if it does want to sell off, it will now. So we'll give it a bit of room. There's the pattern, 1, 2 to the low. This could be a peak or it could really tough. I mean, this could be a 1, this could be a 2, and then we've got a big 3. Don't know. Pass. NZD USD showing its hand a bit now. The pattern on the way down is clear, 1, 2, 3, and we expect the same on the way up. I mean, the type of consolidation this could be doesn't look like a chop. It looks like it's trapped people at the beginning of the year, and then it's pulled back to create a false move. It could be this is 1, 2, 3 in 1. So this is 1 up. We now need to look carefully to see if it wants to continue to show us behavior. I mean, you can see the 1, 2, 3 to the low here. We'll see. We'll see on this one. CAD CHF is a peak. I can see 1, 2, 3 up pass. USDJPY, same thing, pass. CAD CHF making that move, making the move. Huge ABCD pattern, expecting higher prices. Look at that candle. We're back in action on this guy. We'll see how he goes. Beautiful stuff. GBP AUD, second cycle higher. Markets looking good long. We want to see this price anchor, seeking out some sort of support, but it has done the 1, 2, 3 and 1. So we're just waiting for this to pull back, retest whatever it wants, and then we'll catch the rise. GBP USD currently consolidating in consolidation 1. We can certainly say that's a W, and we can certainly say this is the first consolidation zone up. Targeted entry for me is here though, so not convinced that we're ready to go just yet. Euro AUD, probably the best looking chart on the market. 1, 2, 3 up, 3 and 1 up. We've got the ABCD, X, A, B equals CD. Expect higher prices out of the second zone. Looking good. Euro CHF, now another absolute beast. So 1, 2, 3 to the low, 1, 2, 3. This is the ultimate peak low. Now, we did send this as a short on an intraday basis on the premium group, which obviously you'd think, why would you do that when a pattern's so bullish? Well, because we're trading price action here, we're trading ABCD patterns, and that's why. But ultimately, we have this long in some, I think it was back in 5th of Jan, we were long from the completion of the big pattern. But alongside the completion of the big pattern, there are other opportunities, and we decided to take this one here. Now, this is an A, this is a B, this is a C, this is a D. It's done 2 weeks of rise, so what I'm expecting is a pullback next week and a continuation. So that's what I'm looking for on that. Let's keep going through. Got a few more to do. So AUD is one that I really love long term. It's got a superstructure to it. For me, this is the first zone of consolidation below the 800. But what I'm seeing here, this 1, 2, does make me think there's a third in there. We do have the ABCD pattern here at the moment. The market makers are pointing higher. I can clearly see 1, 2. Yes, it gave us a third. 3 in 1 makes a consolidation zone. We'll see how this guy plays out. EURGBP, trying to make a bit of a fist of it. This one caused us the first stop of the month last week. So I'm going to give it some room to do its thing. But ultimately, we're at the low of the second zone of consolidation higher. Gold, 1 day, 2 day, expecting a third. Let's have a look what we can see on the bigger time frame. So we can see 1 up, 2 up. We're expecting a third. This is the perfect entry opportunity for gold, believe it or not. You can see 1, 2, but the third was contained within the 2. Therefore, we still expect 3. And look at this off the targeted entry. So definitely a candidate for next week. AUD, USD making a climb, 2 days of rise after an absolute sell-off. 1, 2, 3, 3 in 1 on the way up. Expect markets to try and push higher. For me, though, this is one of the clearest patterns ever. 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2. So we know there's 3 still to come. And the market makers want price down here. They're just trying to induce at the minute, induce people to take the wrong trade. What do I want to see? I want to see a breaker structure and a retest. So we haven't really broken. Once this structure is broken, and to me, this could be a 1, 2. Once this structure is broken and we've done 3 and 1 down, we'll pick back up and then you catch the next move lower. GBP JPY looks like a peak, looks like some of the other JPY pairs. Euro NZD making the ascent off the second cycle higher. Just got to appreciate how this 1, 2, 3 business works. 1, 2, because price never properly left, it came back to this zone. So yeah, you can say 1, 2, 3 to the high, but then you go and look at the previous peak, it's all the way up here. So no, this is going higher. Euro USD, one I like for next week. What can I see? I can see push 1, I can see push 2, but I don't like this 1, 2. I think it needs to give a third lower before we touch that. And EURGBP. So this thing is gorgeous ultimately. It's gorgeous in a 1, 2, 3 sense as well, because you've got 1, 2, 3 to the high. It's gorgeous because you've got an A, B, C, D with 3 pushes complete in the CD leg and 3 weeks of rise. This is the anchor. And this is the Gartley, and it should play out as a wonderful pattern. And also we're in the absolute peakiest of areas for this particular one. 1, 2, 3, and all of this 1, 2, 3 in the third is uncanny. And then we're at AUD CHF. That at the moment is still trying to trick people that it's a confirmed low. But for me, because the previous peak's down here, and because you got 1, 2, 1, 2, should give you a third lower. Let's see. So I hope you enjoy that video. If you want to see more content, you need to go to my personal YouTube channel, which is at MelonsTrade, where I've got a whole host of videos on harmonics, how it all works. So yeah, please like and subscribe on there, and reach out if you want to learn this stuff. Thanks very much.